Hi, welcome to our Q&A corner. We've had lots of people messaging us on social media, checking with us to see if there's anything that they can do since they've been home, either working from home or just trapped at home in this uncertain time. So we had a message from Kai, and he's asking how we can help with body stiffening over time, because if you're not moving as much as you used to, even if you lived in the city, you'd be able to walk to work, walk up and down some stairs, but now if you're in a unit and you don't have much room to move and your workstation's becoming overcrowded, we're here to help. And Tracy?
Yeah, and this continual stiffness from sitting still in one spot for a length of time is going to affect your posture. So the things that we're mostly concerned about in terms of all of you folks working at home is how are you addressing the ergonomics of your workstation? And we know it's a buzzword, but it is important. However, it's simple really. You've got to make sure that your chair allows you to sit upright so that your pelvis is directly aligned underneath your rib cage. It's tempting as you are drawn into the mind of your computer and typing to allow your head to drop forward so that your neck extensors get shortened and that your load of your upper body falls down onto your pelvis. Now, I'm telling you, your lower back doesn't like that. We need to keep the load off the pelvis and make each part of our spine, the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, and the cervical spine be in their best alignment. So if you sit at your workstation and you're typing, you want to have your elbows bent at just short of 90 degrees and not leaning too far forward. That your eyesight is just ahead of you and that you're not slumping down in the back of the chair. So I suggest getting a small ball or a pillow just so you've got something to press into. And I'm going to show you a couple of stretches where if you feel tension here or in your mid-back particularly, as you start to stiffen up against the pain in your lower back, that will help and will only take maybe 3 or 4 minutes. But what about people who have more than one workstation, Kai? What's going to happen there?
Well, that's just it. If you have 2 or even 3 for those high achievers and you've got them all spread out across here, you're actually going to be twisting your entire body over and keeping it contracted in one position. What if this email takes 15 minutes to write, whereas you only spend 5 minutes in this position? You're going to end up with this whole side of your body as well as your neck contracted. And if you are not moving your ribcage and you're just moving your neck, well then you've got a problem because your neck is not aligned with your spine anymore.
That's right, and this is where we see many clients with something which gets labelled to scoliosis, which becomes a position where the muscles on one side of your spine are shortened because we're always leaning to that side, and the other side gets lengthened. Both sides are weak, but one is contracted in its weakness and one is lengthened in its weakness. So here's a couple of exercises you can do quite simply at your home station. And if you have a chair that you can place your feet on the floor and sit quite to the edge of the stool. Hands in the creases of your hips. And we're going to lift up the right leg so the foot just comes off the floor. Then push your heel forward and curl over and reach your heel forward and arch a little bit so that your sternum is leading out towards your toes. Feels good, doesn't it, Kaya? So there's a bit of a stretch in your back, a bit of a stretch in your hamstrings, and a massive contraction of your lower abdominals to support the spine. And now we're going to place the foot down, hinge forward a little more, and flex the foot up, reach the heel away, and I'm hoping you can feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Can you feel that?
I can, yeah.
And place the toes down. Keep lengthening out like you want to look at a beetle on the floor just in front of your toes. Then slide the heel away. And now reverse by taking your nose to your knee and then uncurling one vertebra at a time into a little lifted position, a little yawn to the ceiling. and back to neutral where your ribs are over your hips. Let's take the other side, lifting up, just lifting it off the floor. Curl forward as we slide that leg out and flex. Arch the chest and lower down a little more. Place the foot down, reach the heel away. That's where we get the stretch of the hamstring. And if you're thinking in terms of your posture, think lengthening through the crown of your head as you continue to do a couple more. I'd aim for 4 or 5 stretch and releases. Placing the foot down and then take your nose to your knee and uncurl out of it. And then if you can just take your legs out to the sides, we get into our external rotators. If you can place one hand on the front of the stool, one hand on the back, or it might just be on your desk and the back of your chair, you're going to pull these bits apart or push onto the walls or the desk to rotate around a little bit. And breathe in and lift and stretch. And then a little curl through the center. And then lift and stretch to the other side. And exhale, curl through the center. Lift and stretch. So try and separate all the vertebrae off the back of the ones below them. And exhale and up and back to the center. Bring your legs back to the distance of your hip. And now we need to stretch out those glutes. Lift up and place your right ankle on your left knee. Push your right knee away. And this is the best reward you can give yourself for sitting at the computer for a while. Can you feel that? Nicely stretched here in the glutes. Just hold it for 10 to 20 seconds. Being mindful that your shoulders are relaxed and you're sitting as tall as you can. And we swap that to the other side. Remember, it's just a gentle lift. Ankle on the opposite knee and push that hip knee away. And as you do this, the question that we're concerned about is how do all of these workers who are working at home, how do you maintain compliance with your workplace health and safety? Just a question to have in your head. I think it's really a matter of taking care of yourself. Don't work for lengths of time over 2 hours at the computer. Just hop up, go and have a drink, and make sure that you're keeping that hydration. And here's a tip. Someone told me this very recently. They set the alarm timer on their oven to go for a 2-hour period. And so you have to get off your computer because that alarm is going. Those little dudes that speak to you on your computer screen that say, hey, take a break. Have you ever taken notice of them? No.
But just a little tip though, when Tracy says take a drink, she means a hydrating drink. Don't take advantage of working from home.
Yeah, that's another
between every 2 hours.
So we'll leave you with that. And Kai, what do you think? How can people communicate with us?
Well, I think if you like, you're welcome to leave comments below on the video for anything you'd like us to address in the future. You can also contact us on Facebook. We have a very good response rate on there as well. So let us know how you're coping, if you'd like us to do anything in particular, and we'll have lots more classes and content out to you very soon.